Shout out to everybody here on the live. Thank you for jumping on in. Appreciate each and every one of you for being here, sharing your most precious asset with me, and that is your time. Let's go, baby. 119,000. We made cake today. Let's go. Shout out to everybody here on the live. Thank you for jumping on in. Bitcoin pumping 118,000, 119K. I opened up the trades this morning. Let's take a look at how they are. I was out on the boat with the kids. I was at the beach. I had a blast. And now I'm going to take a look at what's happening in the charts. It's summertime. I hope you had a good time with your kids. Let's take a look at my first trade. What happened? Oh, we're up 46%. Man, I wish I put 10 grand in there. It was a tiny trade, but we're up 46% on that trade. Imagine if you were up 46%. And we talked about it here. It's just an entry, just a little bit of a pump. We were up higher, too, at one point. Hey, and what do? We moved the stop loss to break even and see how much more we could take out the trade. We might even just get it, take that right now. Our next trade was a week's trade, up $200. We moved that stop loss to break even. You see how we do this? We can't lose if we do what we do. And then our third trade is up $595, booming to the upside. We're probably going to take profits there, to be honest. $119,000, a bit of a stop day. And yeah, I'm probably going to just take that. That's up $615. I mean, for the day. Well, we're booming, actually. We're booming. Let me kind of chill right there at the wick. Let's see what's happening on the smaller time frame. Now we're starting to cook. That's a big double bottom. Looks like this kind of falling wedge here could break to the upside. And the second I show up, Bitcoin starts to pump. You ever notice that? It's as if I'm a leprechaun, like the Bitcoin leprechaun or something. Say my name 3 times and Bitcoin pumps. Crypto lifer, crypto lifer, crypto lifer. Ah! But seriously, right? It's a bit weird. I mean, how many times have you showed up with me and the second I started talking, Bitcoin started to erupt to the upside? What a beautiful pump. Look, so we're up now 650 on the, it's a beautiful day. Look, 650 plus the 100 plus the 200 is basically, that's a $900 day over here, huh? I mean, 250 and 650 is 8 and the 1 is 9. Yeah, it's about a little under a $900 day. Kicking it with the life is, and we just might get this double bottom to the upside here tonight. And by golly gee, oh my, is it Saturday or Sunday? I don't even know anymore. What day is it, everybody? I have no clue what day it is. I'm going to have to look at the calendar. I have no idea what day it is. Not the slightest. I know it's a weekend. I know it's a weekend day, but is it like, what? Sunday. Yeah, I figured it was Sunday. I thought tonight was Sunday. You know, you lose track of time over here. So, hey, can we get this pump to the upside? Do I just take my profits? What's happening to Bitcoin? Nice pump on the 1 minute time frame out this beautiful little flag. Looks like we may get all the way to 119.5. Bitcoin and BOOKMAP. BOOKMAP suggests we get to 121, 122, 121, 850. It wants 122,000. So big red up there, right? We got red on both sides, and there is a decent amount of red at 116.6 still. Bitcoin challenging the $119,000 level. So here it is. By the end of the show, right? We're going to create a poll here. By the end of the show, Bitcoin is above 119,500, right? That's the one thing we're going to look at. Or so here, start a poll above 119K, 119.5, or above $120,000. Okay, and I don't know, I guess below 118.5, but or near 18.5. I guess kind of, I didn't really, should write below there, right? Can you change that? Oh yeah. Maybe, yeah, I think I can. Look at that. Would you look at that? All right, so there we go. Bitcoin's above 119 by the end of the show, below 118.5, above 120K, or nothing. Put in your vote today. Let me know how you feel about Bitcoin. 119.2044, just starting to rip to the upside. We're now up 690 on the trade. I would like to just call that a $700 day, but then I'm also, the greed in me says, what if it turns into thousands of dollars, becomes one of the biggest trades of your life? And this could be it, Sam. This is it. This is it. But, man, I was out with the family hanging out, and to make $1,000 while you're chilling at the beach, I think that's pretty dang cool. On a Sunday, I didn't even expect to make massive gains, but this also could be the one. The potential, the one and only, this could be the banger. The Zoom, right? The one that just goes all the way to the moon here. So we broke out of the bull pennant, and it looks like we're going to continue to rip. So, put my stop loss. I don't know. It's tough. Order filled? What? Wow. I was just thinking of moving myself down before that happened. Whatever. I took profits. Wow, I didn't plan on it, but it happened so fast I didn't get it. I was just moving myself to stay below the wick. I was like, it's still a good chance. It looks like it's breaking out. You know? Might continue to erupt, and I'm out. I'm like, man, things going to rip in my face now. Watch. Well, I'll keep the other trades open and let them cook. Right? We won't close those. And they're covered with no stop loss, the stop loss at break even. But I personally did not want to get out of the trade there. I was just kind of feeling out the waters, and I was like, I should be pulling that back. But we'll see what happens, man. Maybe I got taken care of. Maybe it's just exactly what was supposed to happen. Let's break down Bitcoin tonight and the weekly candle close. People think I'm insane because I do this. Oh, but I have to do it anyway because I have OCD, and since I did it, I have to keep going it. Oh, please pause and say sorry for my OCD. Oh, I hope you can understand. Oh, Bitcoin on the weekly candle close, and remember that bot that got in again, it exited the long. That slick little bot jumped on out exactly where it should have here. Look, no. Oh, yeah, it got out at, 112. No, wait. No. Oh, no. Tell me you did it again. Hold on. Dang it. It lost count. Remember, because the bot got in again here. Hold on, let me just refresh. Hopefully it does the right thing once I refresh. It did this the last time. The bot's been in right there. But sometimes it can disconnect if I mess with it myself up here, that's what happens. And then I lose it because I was playing games. I was like in 2 different settings. Oh no. No. Anyway, I'll reset it and get it back and running, but it's just annoying. Anyway, now I got to watch the bot on my other account. But anyway, Bitcoin, 119,899. Bot is still in. The bot is still in. So that's a good thing. Solana, making this beautiful flag. I see a huge pump coming for Solana. Stop loss below the 200 moving average. Booming to 182. This is the key. This is the lifer way. It's up to you. I'll see you at the top, but you never know. Right, but this is what I'm looking at here. Stop loss can be somewhere right there below 154, and that's a beautiful opportunity for a winner. Again, you do whatever makes you happy. I can't force anyone. I'm not a financial advisor. Nothing I say and do should be taken as financial advice. That, to me, is a good trade based on my years of doing this, but what do I know? I'm just a guy wearing a suit with a pocket square on YouTube. You know what I mean? It is what it is. Blessings to everybody out there that spent their day hanging out, made a good trade, and still had a good time. You don't have to be in front of the markets all day long. Look, I made well over $500 today, and I didn't have to stare at the charts all day. I just did what I was supposed to do and let it happen, right? And the trades will come to you if you're not sweating them all the time. PENGU booming out the flag to the upside. We talked about it. It went past the target and more. PENGU booming to the upside. Bitcoin. Solana looking sweet. And everything kind of going our way here tonight at $119,000 for Bitcoin. So we start on the weekly, and we're going to talk about the weekly candle close. It closed as big as it could. Barely any wick. I mean, that's a beautiful sign. So far, so good. Bitcoin opened at $109,205. All right. The high was 119,500 even. The low was 107,434, and the candle closed at 119,000 $1,294 is up $9,889 and 9% on the week. The weekly candle. Let's just take a look at that for a second, everybody. The biggest, highest, or the highest weekly candle in Bitcoin's history. Another historic moment for all of us, everybody out here that's been in Bitcoin for years. 119, like, is this real? Like, is it really $119,000 for one Bitcoin now? You know, it makes me a little sad because I had my chances to get as much as I could, and I did the best, but I could have probably done better. Could have had 500, could have had 300, you know what I mean? Could have had way more. Is what it is, could have, would have, should have. Everyone's going to wish they had more Bitcoin, just like everyone's going to wish something else when they were a kid. It is what it is, you know what I mean? So look, let's take a look at this beautiful, beautiful move. And it suggests another candle will rip us to the upside. We're breaking out of this rising wedge, the shoulder. It's an inverted head and shoulder in case, you know, we talked about it many, many times as well. And we were projecting this. It's a semi-cup and handy. There's your cup. There's your handle for a move to the upside. And wow, it just looks like something big could happen here for Bitcoin and send us to $172,000 somewhere by August 6th to August 12th, in that vicinity. I'm just absolutely amazed. Let me double check to make sure I'm actually live streaming, because things are going so well. I'm starting to think something's wrong, right? When things are going well, right, you start wondering, but you know what? They're not. Why? Because you got God on your side, you got love in your heart, and you're going after your dreams. Of course, nothing's wrong. Everything's going your way. You've got this. I hit start poll twice. I don't know what happened here. See an error occurred. Try again. Start poll. So it wasn't my fault. I clicked to start the poll many times. And there you go. So they blocked me from doing the poll for some reason there. So Bitcoin, looks like it just has to continue. Looks like the weekly will just continue. And we'll, you know, we are getting far away from the 21-day moving average on the weekly. When we get really far up there, that's going to be something we're going to have to figure out. Like, what goes up must come down. Every time we go up, we have to. So as fun as going up is, like, there's always another flip to that coin. Let's take a look at the 5-day chart breaking out of the flag. This was the flag it's in. It's breaking out of it. It's looking beautiful. Like, this is just, you know, everything in, oh my goodness. And there's your measured move. This takes you to about $151,000 BTC. All right. Just looks absolutely lovely. Forward back to the 3-day chart. On the 3-day chart, right? That's breaking out of the flag. We went over this. If you were with me, we talked about this 3-day chart over and over and over again. And what a beautiful move it was. Even felt like a retest at one point, but what a beautiful move that was to the upside. The 3-day chart also breaking out and saying, hey, I've got more to come. Look, we're at 119,269. Bitcoin continuing to rip. I never wanted to get out of that trade. I'm a little like, I saw it ripping. I was just going to slide that stop loss right under the wick. I didn't realize I was that high. Hey, I blundered there. I made a blunder. I'd be up another, you know, 100, 150. Like, it would be ripping. I'd make easily a couple grand. That trade was open. I had a perfect entry. Now I have to chase. It is what it is. Things happen. You just saw it live. Might have happened to you one day. I'm going to have to figure out my way around the situation. All right. But it happened. It is what it is now. So 3-day chart suggests more coming. I don't see how we couldn't pump to 150K here on the 3-day chart. The daily moving with the 21 looking pretty good. It does look like we have to consolidate at some point. But the consolidation, as I said, could be an uptrend. Like an uptrending. Look, 3333, 333, the triple threes. Bitcoin absolutely destroying the game right now. Trades are just ripping. This one's now up 25%, doing damage on weeks. This one's up 72%, doing damage on Bit10X. We put you in these trades. I got into these trades this morning. I didn't put anyone in, but I got into these trades this morning. 118,002. We talked about it this morning. I made this trade live in front of you guys. All right. It is what it is. We're ripping now. 119,416. Imagine, had they not sniped me right here at 119, I'd be up another magnanimous amount. I'm a bit tight right now. Hey, it's my fault. I had to move my stop loss into the danger zone right as I could smell a pump on that wick too. I could smell a pump on the wick. Anyway, it is what it is. So strange. Like, I knew where price was going, was set up to do it, and just fumbled the bag there a little bit, huh? Unbelievable. I can't believe it was me that did that. I was the fumbler. So insane. Let's take a look here at the 4-hour time frame and see what's in store for more. So the 4-hour was in a beautiful little flag. I told you to watch it. Be careful. I said we could pump it anytime. We could dump it anytime. That's the glory of price discovery. But Bitcoin has a lot of people on the sidelines thinking, man, I shoulda, woulda, coulda. And now they're thinking, hey, if I don't buy now, then what? And that's got a lot of frothy business going. And I just, you just can only assume that Bitcoin's going to continue to go up. Like, the stochastics have room. RSI's got a little bit of bearish div at the moment. It is getting a little, a little bit of bearish div there, possibly on that 4-hour. That's the jealousy kicking in for me because I'm not in the trade. No, a little bit of bearish div, right? But lack of bearish momentum in the MACD, though, still looks, you are moving up in price, but a little bit down in the volume. Seems like it could be, but I don't know. A quick move to 125 wouldn't even be hard. Just you'd be surprised. We would just liquidate shorts for more. You can see this red keeps kind of climbing. First it's 120, now it's 121.950. Soon we'll see some liquidity up here at 123. I wouldn't be surprised. So shorts just got liquidated right now. We're staying flat at 109, 119.3. We just ripped to a new all-time high, if I'm correct, right? At a high of 119,493. What's the highest we've ever been now? Yeah, 119,493 for Bitcoin. That was a new all-time high, I believe, or even maybe earlier today. No, 119,500. This was 119, yeah, 119.5. We have not surpassed 119.5. That is the highest price action has hit. Let's go to that 1-hour time frame and take a look. So when we take a look at Bitcoin, it was in a beautiful little flag. We talked about this flag. It could have shouldered, right? It did not there. Bounced back. I said if it bounces back, we long. We even saw the inverted head and shoulder on the smaller time frame. Called for a bounce. Then we saw this double bottom, called for a bounce on the 15. We got to show you the 15 because it's all there. 15 did this double bottom here. We called the double bottom there, suggested we would hit the target. We did. Little flag here. We continued to pump. And I've been long on Bitcoin all day, right? You guys saw me actually just take profits. I mean, what a day, right? Hey, if I was a day trader, I did exactly what I was supposed to do. I got in and I got out with money. I made almost $700 on that trade. And I did it while, and I watched this morning and I talked about it on the live, or even on the weekly screen share. I said, we don't have to be here all day long to make money. We just have to have people say they don't have time. Today I was in staring at the charts all day and I made good money. And I'm not trying to brag. I'm trying to tell you that this is possible for anybody that wants to keep themselves focused and disciplined. Keep it in the back of your mind. Stay focused on one thing all the time. Keep it going. And you will be surprised the progress you'll get. Like Jim Rohn always says, read a book in your industry. Read 10 pages a day. He said in 30 days, that's a book. Imagine how far ahead you'd be after reading 12 books in your industry a year. 12 more books than most. And it accelerates over time. So just, this stuff has been, hey, we're back down. At least I didn't chase. Never chase. Remember that. Never chase. Never chase. Stop losses at break even. And we can always get back in on the bigger trades too. I always tell myself that too, I'll plop this just slightly into profit, but yeah, there we go. It's Sunday night. It's heavily volatile. You never know what's going to happen. I'm attempting to figure it out. I don't have the answer for myself yet I still have the trades cooking. So I'm like, let me see if I can get some more insight before I fully fulfill this data here. Okay, so we're watching this. Let's go back to we were on the 4-hour. All right. So the 4 hour is pretty close to the 200 moving at the 21, which means it could continue to roll. That ain't bad, right? That's one good thing. You want to have like a checklist. You're like, all right, well, how far is the 4 for the 21? All right, not far. 21 kind of double bottomed here. And to me is in a bit of a, that broadening rising wedge, right? I call it the squawker. It looks like a squawking bird, kind of squawk, I can't explain how it looks like a duck face or something, squawk, So anyway, you know what I mean? Like if you were to put a bird head on it and it was a bird squawk, I'm just out of my mind. But that's how I see it anyway. So come back down, come back up, still pump, possible. Pump out and rip with a double bottom status, possible. Dump here and, anything is possible. It's more likely we are going to pump, but it's looking a little, we got some resistance here. 119.5, you can see, we hit it. That's going to be our key area. That's going to be where we want to come up, retest, and boom. To 100, and we want to rip through 120 like it's Swiss cheese and go to that 121 area, really 122. So, and it looks like that's going to happen. Everyone's going to expect to sit at 120, but we're going to fly right through it like a barn door, an old wooden barn door to kick that thing in. Blah, right? So, U.S. futures stock slip after Trump's tariff threats. Bitcoin hits new all-time highs. Yeah, there you go. Hey, that's the story. Morning Glory. Wall Street's new secret, USDT mining meets Bitcoin mining app. 30-day profit revealed on Newswire. What? Stable coin yields and Bitcoin block rewards no longer live in a separate world, says HashJ's product director. By combining USDT mining with a mobile Bitcoin mining app, HashJ turns any smartphone into a diversified passive income generator. Why a Bitcoin mining app with built-in USDT mining? Key benefits, $18 in cash plus $100 hash power. Activate USDT mining or Bitcoin hashing immediate. Zero capital outlay. One-tap cloud contract. Stablecoin auto stakes. It's just an ad for this company. They pay to get an article, and then I just spit it. But, hey, it does look interesting. Well, you can put your phone to work. Hey, you're paying for that phone once a month. Why not have it pay for itself? Interesting. So, Bitcoin. So, we know stock futures struggled a little bit. Will that pour into BTC? We have a lot coming at us this week as well. We'll go over that. We have 3 days. We have PPI, CPI, PPI, and unemployment, I believe, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. So the whole week is filled all at 8:30 Eastern Daylight Savings Time. Get that written down on a sticky. Get ready. Do not miss that. Make sure that that's something you are paying attention to. And again, if you're here new, we do this every single week. Welcome. Thank you for jumping on in. I appreciate your support and your love. You didn't have to be here, but you did. You saw the link. You saw it. You clicked in. Whatever happened, thank you. May God bless you. It's awesome. You're making the stream even better for me. You're spreading it around the world, so you're amazing. Remember that. You're doing something for somebody else here when you come to this stream. May God bless you. All right? So thank you. And if you're new, we go over Bitcoin and the weekly candle every single Sunday night, and we get ready for the week ahead. We really do. We look at what's happening. We look at what days we have to watch out for. We look for volatility, ups and downs in the market, and more. All right. I like this. I'll take my 242 and get paid. I'll move my stop loss very close. I'll take my money tonight. That got hit. I took my money. Nothing wrong with paying yourself, friends. We can always find a flag at a small time frame, and this one I'll let cook. Like, why not? Like, if I give up the gains, completely fine. I'll let this one cook. Let's get back to BTC, shall we? Solana looks interesting. So we have this big resistance that we've hit. 4-hour time frame also shows a lot of wickage. We kind of have to clean that up. A little bit away for the 21. A little bit of bearish divergence on the 4-hour, if you ask me. As the RSI is swinging down and price swinging up, and we have about 3 candles closed there. So it's kind of, I'd say it's defined at this point. That does suggest that, hey, and stay open-minded. What if you got yourself a shoulder, a head and a right shoulder here? You dump back down here somewhere, 114. It would make sense. Maybe you get one more shot up to 120, but it would make sense somewhere around this region we would kind of soften up and get a retest, Let's take a look at that 15-minute that we love so much. So that shoulder head, kind of a right shoulder there. Like, that's still the high shoulder of the point, the high head of the point there. You can see it's higher than both shoulders. The candle closed somewhere 119.3. So, wow. Possible head and shoulder pattern. Maybe I sold at the perfect time. We'll never know, right? Like, it could end up pumping out of nowhere tonight. Even if this is the channel I'm talking about, it looks like we're at the top of the channel, and we would head back down to the bottom. Still say maybe it's a double slant, a double bottom. We're going to rip to the upside. Possible. Let's keep the mind open here. And so here we are back after that first one pump on the 1 minute. Kind of back at this again, like, can this start to do damage? So watch your 1 minute time frame. See if we can get the pump. But to me, I have to be honest. Shoulder, head, right shoulder, right? Which would dump us back to the 200 through the gap. Back to about 118,700. So tonight, I don't know, you know, I got some mixed signals on the night. It's bullish and it's bearish. I can't fully commit one way. I'm bullish on the, you know, bigger time frames look like we could rip. The weekly looks nice. I'm seeing some trouble in paradise on the smaller time frame from the 4 hour down. And that resistance too. We'll see. And whatever happens, I won't regret it. Tomorrow we pump hard. I'll still be happy I sold. You know what? I took gains in front of everyone on the live. Like, I've always got to be, I always tell myself, Sam, never beat yourself up. All right? So bang, right? Follow me at CryptoLifer33 on X. I'd greatly appreciate it. It's awesome. I'm here every single day giving awesome insight on our way to 40,000 followers and more. Thank you so much for everyone that does that. I was live with Andy on Weeks. Check that out. And if you sign up to Weeks, we do have an awesome bonus that you can't get anywhere else. Get up to $30,000. You know, if we hit the biggest volume as a team, we can split it. And, you know, it's pretty awesome too. So sign up to Weeks today if you want to get back for your trading and find out more about that. And that's only exclusively for the lifers. So they're doing a cool campaign just for that connection with the crypto lifers. Let's see if this 1 hour could pump to the upside. I like what I'm seeing here on the 1 hour time frame. Looking great. Falling wedge, pump to the upside. Could have probably set all the way to about 119,586. Resistance somewhere at about $119,211, right? That's where you got to crack on the, you know. So I still got one trade open. I did close my other trade. It's hard to tell what's going to happen. You know, it's not in like a perfect flag like it was earlier. It broke out. We got this double. I mean, to me, that is a double bottom. You've got strong support there at about 118,442. So, and you're still flagging out. It's not, you know. So we'll watch the 1 hour. We'll see. 1 hour is above the 200. 200. Every time frame's above the 200 moving average. So even if we do get a pullback, something like this, it suggests that like we're probably ready for some type of bigger move eventually. Might just get tight and make a, you know. So we cooled off a little bit on the weekly close. We got fiery. We found out that there was a pullback in the bigger markets that in TradFi. Could spill back into Bitcoin. We'll see. Bitcoin's been strong regardless, though. U.S. futures slip, as, you know. So we're watching to see this flag pump up to, what, 119,593? Suggested it very well can. It's already starting to do that. If you're just joining us, we took profits on 2 trades. Still have a trade open, though, on BitNX. Sign up to BitNX today. As a beautiful interface. Move that stop loss up and down on demand. You gotta love it. It tracks the trade beautifully. Shows you where you're in, the percentage. Great liquidity. Fast acting. Look how fast the numbers are connecting to the movement. Right? And yeah, I just absolutely love BitNX. Great exchange. Great user interface. Nothing but good things to say about BitNX. I like using them. Yeah. But one of my favorite exchanges to use. Very flowing user experience. Very nice. One of the best, basically, UIs I've ever seen. You know, it's the best. It really is. MEXC, I'd still be in this trade. No reason to get out, right? I was just wanting to move my stop right to there. We got sniped at the second I went to move. I was like moving it down right to. It's okay. It's okay. So, I mean, that's still, yeah, if you look at the 4 hour, just, I mean, momentum on the stochastics. Nothing says this thing can't still continue to the upside, so it looks interesting. Like that could continue to pump. I'm gonna miss dinner, man. Hey, it happens when you work like me. So 119,290 for BTC. I mean, it's a double bottom. So you gotta say it's gonna pump. Like, stay simple-minded, right? Like, this is when you just stop thinking too much and you say, well, W's break out 68% of the time. And we go from there. So that says we're gonna be somewhere at 120,000 by the end of the show. That's what it says. I'm not saying that's guaranteed, but that's, or in an hour, maybe 2 hours from here, we hit 120K. So that looks very bullish to me. Some people would enter right now because that's what you can enter the neckline of a W. Nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with that. There's a 68% chance that's going to break out all the way right now to 120K. That's all I got to say. I can't, that's just what the technical analysis is telling me here on the 15-minute time frame. You're above the 200 everywhere. You're above the 21. Just there's no reason why the moving averages are saying yes, yes, yes. Extend. Let's go. Flatten the shorts. Let's get the pump to 120,000. Make a new all-time high. $120,369 is the level. I'm getting that 369, that Nikola Tesla, that hot sauce. Now, do I go all in right now? I think it's a little high risk. I wish I had my beautiful entry that was cooking, and I'd keep cooking it. But so, it is what it is. Let's take a look at the chat. How's everybody doing? Have you ever fumbled the bag like me? Shout out to everybody here on the live. This could be yesterday's live. Let's see. I'm making sure I got the right one. And if you want to sign up to weeks, jump on in today. We have the pinned comment right here to make it very simple and easy for you. For you. For you. Bang. Now it's saying messages are pinned, but I can't see them. I can't see the live pin message, see? There you go. You can sign up to Weeks, Bitfinex, or BTC.C, where I like to trade the NASDAQ, the Tech 100 there, Tesla, and other things too as well. Hey, Lifer, can you check out Near Protocol? Shout out to Big Wilk. Thank you. God bless you, Big Wilk. Let's take a look at the fan funding today that came on in. Let's see. We got Meet Damien. I'll be at MV July 26. We should meet up. Come on over, baby. Email us, cryptolifers@gmail.com. Tell us just a little bit about yourself, and yes, I'll be around. Let's hang out. Sweet. Thank you for all you do, Lifer. 100, we can check Arc Block, ABT on the daily. We will. And XRP, please. You are appreciated. Thank you. It's very nice of you. Hey, Lifer, can we check out Near? So we got Near Protocol, XRP, Arc Block Protocol, and SWI. So we start SWI, ABT, XRP, and Near. SWI, ABT, XRP, and Near. SWI, ABT, XRP, and Near. So we're watching Bitcoin. It looks bullish to me. It's in a double bottom of the 15-minute. I see no reason why it can't pump to the upside and continue to rip. And that's kind of where we stand, right? That's where we stand. I was like, where? Yeah, right here. We're watching this on Weeks, and I could see this thing continue to pump. I took trades. I took my trades. Hey, I took them down. I didn't expect to pump and make gains, too, on a Sunday night. You know, what I could do is I could look at the risk. Let's see the risk here. I mean, you got to be tight on that. You got to be tight on that. 120,369. Just has such a nice ring to it, don't it? 119,024. Wow, and I could risk the 200 I made for another 800. 4-to-1 risk-reward ratio. I mean, that's a 68% chance I win the trade. It's high risk on a Sunday night, though. But I would just be breaking even. It wasn't like I wouldn't really lose anything. And it looks hot sauce right now. Everything's going our way. 3-minute, 5-minute, 1 hour. I mean, it's all there. It's all there. Scared money don't make no money, right? So there we go. I got a stop loss. If it doesn't go my way, I can always pull it off. We'll see from there what's going to happen. And that's a trade live on Weeks. Check it out. Check out Weeks today. It's a beautiful platform. Absolutely love it. Look, we're already up 26 bucks. Pretty fast. 0.78 BTC, a pretty big trade. If you ask me, we'll see. High risk, high reward tonight. And again, I still got the big win, right? The other one. So I can kind of play with this one a little bit. Looks like that thing's coming down fast, though. I don't like it. Heavy volatility tonight. I can't look. I can't watch. I can't watch those trades. Let's take a look at the bubbles. So, big day for all coins on the weekend. PENGU, really the bigger winner. XLM pumping. Bonk pumping. H-bar started to move this morning. Jasmy, ENA, Pole, Fartcoin. We talked about it again today. XRP, Chainlink. A lot of movement in this market. Hyperliquid, too, continuing to rip to the upside. We talked about PENGU. Shoulder, head, right shoulder, tight inside it. Said it could pump. It did exactly that. We went over it this morning. So hope you had fun trading PENGU there. Amazing move. Meow, Pendle. Let's talk about Syrup. Someone said they made gains trading Syrup. We went over why Syrup was doing damage with Maple Finance. Let's see here. Is Syrup really the big winner there? It didn't do too much. Kind of happy about that because I think it's hot. And, watch that 4-hour time frame, and then it can consolidate, right? Like something like that. But I wouldn't be surprised if Syrup does get a bounce on this higher low. Further to the upside, I'd be looking for Syrup to bounce back somewhere to 63 cents from 50. But that's just me. Maybe I'm wrong. And you never know over here, huh? So that trade's in limbo now. We'll see. So I cut it off and just call it a day over here. Everything looks good. The double bottom should hold. Previous resistance becomes support. We got that 119.2. So let's get back in here to Bitcoin. Let's look at the daily. Daily looks like it could continue to climb. And it could climb something like this, like I'm thinking. Like this rising wedge flag. Pull the 21 with it and then just get ready for another monster move. 6, 7, 8 days from now. And we just go on another plow. And people don't realize. Then we get the rate cuts in September and things just heat up again. And it just starts getting crazy. And then people know about the rate cuts, so they start pumping it in August. Then you have FOMO. Then there's less Bitcoin. Then you're getting into supply shock. And I think it's just going to get hit with too many different things at once. Retail wakes up. Everyone starts to buy. Institution already gobbling it up. Companies saying they want it on the balance sheet. It becomes an instrument just to have. I got to have it on the balance sheet. You see what I'm saying? It becomes a must-have, a trophy just to have right there, in the cabinet. Like, people got to have it now. Prerequisite just to look good. People won't do business with me if I don't have Bitcoin on the balance sheet. They'll think I'm a clown. You know what I'm saying? It's just like it's getting to the point where if you didn't figure it out by now, you're kind of late. Because everyone has more than you, and why did you wait so long? Like Kathy Wood buys a bunch of Bitcoin. Why did she wait till now? It's cool that she did. God bless her. But it's like, dang, they were in on Bitcoin early, but they're buying coin instead of Bitcoin. Whatever. It did well. They both did well. It's actually performed very well. But I'm just going over the facts here. That's all. Thanks for all you do, 100%. Can we check Arc Block? Yep, we'll get to it all. I just wanted to make sure I was double checking Bitcoin here one more time. Just want to make sure I wasn't missing something. So it got tight inside the flag. Can almost say it broke out, but I like this. It got tight in the flag. The flag broke out. That's kind of a retest of previous resistance becoming support with the bounce there. And then you do have this kind of angled rising wedge here. I gotta say, we haven't seen these in a while, but Bitcoin likes to make these. And this could come tumbling back down to the 21 to 118. It could, before it eventually pumps and makes some type of inverted. But it could also do some damage. It's in between. And that's what took me back to the 15. So everything makes sense now. I just want to make sure, like, I was doing everything I could, and I'm like, this is it. Now I'm back into this giant double bottom again. And we either break out or we don't, right? I give back the gains. Giving back the gains. Yeah, wait for the 21. Sloppy on a Sunday night. Hope you're not just jumping in and watching me lose 96. You're with the whole story here. That I already took bigger profits, then took profits on here, and I'm probably going to lose half the gains. Who knows? It might bounce back. You never, I'm not loving price action, though. We could see it make a flag, and I could still get stopped out, which is kind of ugly. So we're looking for something like this to occur, but to not get me out, which is, you know, kind of tough. When can I get off of that? Oh, there you go. Just kept making them over and over again. I was like, I don't want to do that anymore, though. So can we send this all the way to 120,000? It's possible. Be careful. I'm just risking what I made, which I shouldn't, but I am. And I already bought, but I already made some gains on another portfolio, so we're doing good. Everything is kind of where it should be. So so far, so good. I like Solana here a lot. It's like the trade of the night for me personally, but you do whatever makes you happy. All right? I'm not going to tell you what to do. Thank you so much, Sean. You're the best, man. May God bless you, Sean. Good team, good people. All right. Kita, based on the project promises, it could be huge, I think. Faster layer 1 with built-in KYC compliance, ready for the banks and institutions. KTA. Can you please check the MANYU? Wow, so we got them coming in. So let's take a look at SWI. Then we'll take a look at ArcBlock, ABT. Bitcoin, 119,200. Slipping, not ripping. May have to bail. Not going my way here. Let's see what can happen. Okay, first thing we're going to look at is SWI. SWI, baby, SWI. SWI breaking out to the upside. We knew it was only a matter of time. I was looking for it to flag at least back to the 21-day moving average. It did that. Once it came back to the 21, it pumped hard out the flag to the upside. I gave SWI on that 3-day chart. We talked about the huge cup and handle about to explode, the 618 Fibonacci, and this is really the load up zone. We loaded up at 225, 226. This wick was beautiful too, and SWI just booming to the upside. One of my biggest holdings when it comes to altcoins, and I'm liking what I'm seeing with SWI. The 3-day says more is coming, and it just absolutely ripped on the 1-hour time frame in the last like 5 to 10 minutes or something, right? Just booming. And if Bitcoin goes sideways here, like I showed you, makes these flags in the daily, we have good signs that the altcoins continue to rip. I say SWI continues. I would look for a move on the 5-minute time frame. So once I know that the 1 hour is good, I'd look for the 5 to flag out. If the 5 can come to that 21, reset on the Stokes, then there's a chance you can get in there using technical analysis. So watch your 5 on SWI. I see a move coming to 415 and beyond, but 415 is the next target that I see for SWI. All right. ABT ArcBlock Protocol, which I'm not really like, I don't know, I'm not a huge fan of the project, but hey, maybe it does well. Let's take a look at ArcBlock and see what's happening. It finally got above the 2-hour 200 moving average. Look for it to make that right shoulder and continue to pump. Pretty simple to me what could happen here. So watch this closely. It's got a shoulder ahead, a right shoulder. I would watch the 2-hour. I like the 2-hour. I've traded it many times. It's pretty solid time frame, to be honest. It gives some really good gains, and not everybody uses it. I'd look for some right shoulder consolidation in a pump. This thing does look like it's next in line. I don't even like it, but the TA is cool. Put a right click there and hit an alert. I'll let you know when the thing is hot sauce. Trade slumping now to the downside. This one too now. It's like, just want to see if it can hold those gains though, and then go from there. Shout out to the 1,328 beautiful souls here on the live. Thank you for jumping on in. It's just a Sunday night, and you people are being absolutely awesome, spreading your love. I appreciate that. 392 likes. We got a new monitor here. You know, I have a secret, everybody. It's the first time I've ever had a monitor that doesn't plug in USB or DPI. This is a USB-C monitor. It comes out of the computer USB-C. It goes into the monitor USB-C. Does everything you need beautifully. Handles it all. Looks amazing. You don't need HDMI anymore. You can go USB-C for everything. It's crazy. This is a beautiful monitor. It's an Asus. Super flat, super thin. Nice, thin, low-profile base, too. It's a 27-inch, so it's nice size. Right now I'm looking at a 32-inch curved monitor, too, by Dell that I'm using. Really good setup, beautiful monitors, highly recommend. And again, because I got a mini, and the minis have HDMI and USB-C. You could run 4 monitors off these puppies. They're sweet. So sweet looks good to me. We're on Arc Block Protocol. It also looks good to me. We're going to move on to XRP from Kurt Shore. Kurt, God bless you. Hope everything's going your way on this beautiful Sunday night, July 11th here. Booming. So XRP in a flag, booming to the upside. I see more going for XRP. I see it headed out this flag to the upside all the way to 328. Next target on board for XRP to the upside over here. Let's do this. So yeah, just like I said, I see XRP moving out just like it's moving out. Nothing really different here. Nothing to say. XRP continuing to pump to the upside. Absolutely gorgeous. Everything kind of fitting into position here for XRP. This thing could do damage. And my next target's 332. I don't see why it can't pump out this ascending triangle with low stochastics. Altcoins are looking absolutely beautiful. That looks like your next leg. We could actually go higher. Let me take the... Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah, buddy. So $3.46. Looks like this thing could absolutely rip to the upside and do some serious damage. A little bit of bearish divvy there. I'll give you that. Swing down on the RSI while price action's kind of flat. A little sketchy. Stochastics are low, though. I don't know. That tells me to be a little careful. You know, it is bearish divvy. But let's hope maybe, I don't know. That tells me, and ascending triangles go 50-50. So always use a stop. You don't know. I don't know either. I know nothing but the fact of my own ignorance. It is looking more bullish. There's bullishness in the air. We don't want to drink the Kool-Aid one step at a time. There's a little bit of bearish div there, but we could pop up, continue, and go sideways and just deny it as well from the bullishness. So I'd say it's more bullish than bearish if I had to make a call on it. Let's take a look at Near Protocol. Same idea here. A little bit of bearish div, but this is also tilting down, so it doesn't have bearish div. It's just getting tight. And says only a matter of time this thing breaks out. It's touching the 21 above the 200 moving average. Another really keen sign. When Bitcoin does that, it rips. So would Near Protocol. I'm a big holder of this. I like Near. Use case, good team, has been around and will continue to stick around. I see 16% gains coming out the flag. 296. I would definitely watch Near Protocol for sure. Thank you so much for the super chat. You're spot on. You're paying attention and you're looking at the right stuff. God bless you. And you're helping the show too as well, and you're contributing. You've got everything going for you. Kurt Shore, is that who did this? Who gave this one? All of you are awesome. Kurt, I love you for XRP. Big Will, you're on point, brother. Hope everything's going well. Can you check MANYU? MANYU, yeah, I looked at that coin yesterday. Remember, I'm still stocking DJI 6930. Could be a really good time to get in on the low pocket there. That's the setup right now I'm looking at. Finally consolidating after Matt like a 16x, which is crazy. Let's take a look at MANYU. Well, it's got a 41 million market cap. This thing is continuing to rip for sure. And I see it doing, it looks a lot like what we just looked at. So all coins look like they're in position for a pump. Nothing is guaranteed, but yeah, I'm seeing action here around the market from memes all the way around. This thing looks hot. I don't know much about it, but I heard about it like a week ago. People started telling me to look it up. I then actually was looking at it myself just either this morning or yesterday, MANYU. And it's gaining steam. So once things make it to my channel, they're pretty popular. We know about them, you know, or sometimes we get them at the very beginnings and then they get popular. But once they get to my radar, I'm like, all right, this thing's on my radar. It looks hot. And it's a meme, you know. It's on E too, so it's... I wouldn't be surprised if MOCHI has it. Let me always double check. Just go to TradingView and type in the name. And there it is right there on MOCHI, right? So they got it on MOCHI. And on MOCHI, it's, you know, it's above the 200, touching the 21-day moving average. It's saying, hey, I could pump pretty hard right now to the upside if you follow the rules. I usually don't trade altcoins, but this is making me want to trade altcoins. Big money out here. MANYU. MOCHI also happens to get almost all the awesome coins. Weeks is doing a really good job of getting smaller altcoins too as well and just adding them to the list. It's been getting awesome to see the exchanges really work hard to stay competitive. Let's take a look at KTA. KETA. KETA, baby, KETA. And I've been looking at KETA. Same thing for KETA. Above that 200, making the flag. So if everything goes well, all of these coins are going to pump. It doesn't matter what it is. Like everything, it's going to rip. And there's our next big leg up to 119. So KETA on the radar possibly for a gain too as well. You see? And KETA is available on DEX. So once I start going through the trend, and we remember before I said all the altcoins are too high on the 4 hour, they need a couple days. They took their couple days. They did their thing, right? Shout out to Gary Bifuco. Thank you for the $20. Happy Sunday, Sam. Would you mind taking a look at BERA chain? We'll take a look at BERA and VELO protocol, please. You know, I looked at BERA because we used to trade BERA on and off. Then it slipped down to that $1, $2 region, right? And now we're watching BERA. Had in that flag, it did nothing. Came back down to the 21 on the 4 hour time frame. Seems like it's rolling over here, but the same scenario for a lot of coins. Like, can we get a turnaround and a pump? Get tight inside this and start to get a move? Come across the 200 moving average on the 200 here. You know, the 50 crossing and get a boom to about what? 251, 252, and then, you know, we can cross 211. Very, very possible for BERA chain. It looks a little sketchy, it rounded, but give it a second to turn. You know, Hyper looked like this, and then it got one turn. So I just need one more 4 hour candle to hit green. That would make me feel a lot better about BERA chain, BERA, BERA. Just want to make sure. VELO protocol. VELO, baby, VELO. Or is this Velodrome? I get them confused. It's hard to tell which one we're talking about. Let's see, Velodrome Finance is 5 cents. You know, a lot of these are right where you want them, though. Almost every coin. Aerodrome, Velodrome, they're touching the 21 above the 200. This is what you're looking for. So, like, I just fell over VELO when you asked me about VELO Finance, and I see gains. So it looks like there's a lot of opportunity out here. And whenever I see a lot of opportunity in altcoins, you just got to pick the altcoin you want. Find out if you want to trade it spot or lev. Find your risk. Focus and make it happen. You can't go all around the board. Everything looks like it's going to be hot. You're chasing like a hyena over there. Wow, so VELO ripped like above everything else. Like it's like just booming. Someone asked me about it. We had this kind of flag and said put an alert there. It looks like it could break out. It did that, right? 3-day charts of the giant cup and handle bouncing off the 200 moving average. You know, that same kind of story. Then it fluffed off with that double bottom pumping above the 200. Looks good. Daily getting rejected by that 200, but once it crushes it, it's gone. And it's got support or resistance here. So, wow, that's looking pretty nice. 8 hour, 4 hour, 1 hour. Yeah, I mean, it looks good to me. Everything is kind of coming into alignment. 1 hour also looks like it's going to continue to pump because once that daily cracks the 200, that's going to be a pumpage on the daily, which is going to show you as multiple 1 hour candles flying to the upside, right? I don't see how this doesn't pump, but it could, you know, anything could happen, but this looks bullish to me. I would watch VELO Finance very closely. You're spot on, my friend. Thank you so much. These super chats are so educatingly amazing. Let's take a look at Pond Coin. Pond. Back in the day, I got some Pond. Held on to it for a little bitty. So the 1 hour's in a bit of a flag here. This thing's very small. You'd be looking for this flag to break out above the 200. Same sauce right there that we usually go for. And getting that move to about 390 from 1867. You know, almost a double up there. And previous support would be resistance. This has a very low volume, very small market cap, but it has been slowly climbing. Could be its time. Could be its time, right? Pawn coin back above the 200 on the daily. Anything could happen then. That could be the beginning of the bull for itself. So, yeah, I mean, track it. It could be the beginning of one of the lowest prices ever right there. For sure. Can you look at Lion from JJ Fitz? Shout out to Lion. JJ Fitz in the house. God bless you. Thank you for being here. May God bless each and every one of you for jumping on in. Let's take a look. King of Bean. Lion. This thing looks horrible. Came down on the daily. It's absolutely dumping. If you believe in the project, you think it's great. For me, it's so beat up, it's hard to even tell what's going to happen to it. The weekly, the daily, like, to me, it looks like a rug. I'd have to probably move on. If I was, I mean, look, it's below the 200 and everything. 1 hour, 4 hour, 8 hour. Yeah, saddest chart we've seen in a long time. Wow, no one's asked me about SHIB in a long time. Like, we haven't looked at SHIB in weeks, months maybe. Let's take a look at Shiba Inu and see what's happening. Wow, every coin is doing the do above that 200, touching the 21-day moving average. And in my opinion, making some bit of a flag here. And you see Solana about to break out. Solana memes about to crush it. I wouldn't be surprised if Bitcoin goes sideways in that flag, as we discussed. We start getting a nice alt movement here. It looks like throughout the week, alts are going to pump. At least Monday, Tuesday, and by Wednesday, that's going to be kind of how we subside. Bitcoin hugging 119,000. I got stopped out, obviously, which makes me sour as anything, but it's okay. And it got wicked up. It could still pump. Still in this trade, though. All's well that ends well. SHIB looks very interesting, like it could pump hard. I'd watch the 4 hour on all these altcoins. The 4 hour would be my time frame. Stop losses below the previous candle lows. Entries near the 21. And all I can say is, hey, you never know what's going to happen. One step at a time. But that is the strategy I would take on a lot of these coins. I like what I'm seeing for Solana. I may put in a trade for that. That looks absolutely scrumptious. So, wow, thank you for the super chats. They were hard and heavy. $77 in chat revenue. 1,200 people here still kicking it with me. 459 likes. And maybe get those likes up to the watchers. And look, 3333 for SHIB. It looks nice on that 1 hour too, as it just continues to consolidate tightly. I mean, tight moving averages above the 200. A move is coming for Shiba Inu to the upside. That looks absolutely lovely. Again, these are the setups that I go for. These are the setups that I believe in. These are the setups that make it, that, you know, that just, this is it. There's nothing better. For me personally, this is gorgeous. I'm like, wow. SHIB looks interesting. Solana looks absolutely interesting. I've given it to the group. I'll give it to the group again. I believe it's the trade of the week. Strong liquidity, good market, less risk. But you do whatever makes you happy. That's what I believe means nothing to anybody, you know. XRP, you are appreciated. Thank you so much. God bless you. How's Maker looking on the lower time frames? Let's take a look at Maker Dow, MKR. For my man, lift the 99.550. Maker Dow. I mean, same thing, even 8 hour. There's that flag again. Tight, 200 moving average. We lose it, then you got to think, it looks a little sketchier than others. A little more 50-50 shot, but because it's been more bullish, right, in the long term. Yeah, you can get rid of that. And it's been working its way up onto new highs, but it looks bullish to me. Next target would take it somewhere to about $2,600 for Maker Dow. I am more bullish than bearish, but it's on that line. It's a little sketchy there, right? Lose that 200 MA, it could go either way, and it does look like a symmetrical triangle. So I got to give it to you, you know, it's 50-50 here. It doesn't look as bullish as the other coins for whatever reason. But it looks like everything's going to pump, so, but you never know. You got to take everything one step, you know, with the TA that you're given. So I don't know, just a little bit of a asterisk there, but it looks good. It's getting tight. Can you check MOCHI, the next Toshi? Of course, man. Let's take a look at MOCHI. MOCHI, you know, I'm liking what I'm seeing for MOCHI because it's above the 200, touching the 21. And that just tells me that things can happen. And so we could look for high multiples for the same exact scenario. So everything should be going our way. Then we should find things that would pump, even, you know, that would give us the most pump. That looks like a 54% coming out the gate. I like what I'm seeing there, but just higher risk because it's smaller. Man then asks about MOODENG. Let's take a look at MOODENG. MOODENG. I really said MOODENG like a complete dingo. It's so crazy. I must be out of my mind. MOODENG. Someone should clip that and call me a freaking... Oh my God, over there. The guy called MOODENG like a dingo. That guy's a dingo head. So, you know, MOODENG did almost like a fake pump. Curve looks a little sketchy right now. Let's look at it fresh again. I like it on the 3-day chart in the cup and handle like everything else. Hold on and let it rip, but you never know. You know, it's high. These coins are high risk, and you never know. Like, something could happen, whatever it is. Seems like it's like rolling over a bit here. See how it's curving down on the 3-day chart like it's a bit done? I don't know. It's a bit weird. MOODENG came up and got rejected too as well. I don't know. MOODENG. I'd have to look at it on the smaller time frame. The daily seems like it needs to consolidate a little bit. It's above the 200 moving average though. 8 hour looks okay, but look, it had the pump and dump back down, right? And now it's back below the 8 hour. 4 hours above the 200, but it's curving, so it doesn't look as, you know, other coins were like a little healthier. So what I would have to say is this, that it was in a flag, it broke out the flag, broke back inside, but it's still going to break out the flag. I have faith of the moving averages, but I'd have to give it like, I don't know, about 8 hours. Let it consolidate. I'll put an alert on this. If it stays tight inside here and 8 hours from now, I still have a chance to take it, then I'll take it. If it does whatever, it does whatever. But I'd like to take it in 8 hours if it goes sideways. A little sketchier than other coins, though. It doesn't look as good. You know, it has a, you know, with that pump and dump in the middle and the way it could be a head and shoulder pattern, it's not perfect. Other coins actually look like have like the setup of a lifetime, right? We looked at Solana many times, you know. Super Chat's coming in strong. Smash the like button. POPCAT. I love POPCAT. Strong coin, good coin to trade. Has done numbers for me every time I've traded it. So it's like it puts a good vibe in my mouth. Like my last pop, it's like every once in a while. Specifically on the weekends too, it's like they do maintenance. But we're here so much that I can tell. I would just refresh the page. Ty, Mr. Lifer, thank you. TAI. Let's take a look at Alta TAI. POPCAT about to rip. POPCAT Going to follow Solana likely. So we identified the hot coins with the nicest technical analysis setups. There's other good coins, but their setups aren't as nice. It is what it is. And TAI, which is TAR's protocol, which I'm in right now waiting. It's just a boring setup, right? It doesn't look as good as everything else too. It's below the 200. It's right. It doesn't look as amazing. It's got an Adam and Eve taking its time, and it just, for whatever reason. But there are better projects out there. Hyperliquid's performing better, you know, over time. It's taking forever. The daily looks weird. I don't know. For some reason, I believe it'll pump, but it just doesn't look as good, and it's taking its time. I like it on the 3-day. It's oversold and ready to pump on the 3-day at a Fibonacci retracement. So you gotta have patience. House Palantir heard put a large option expire soon. I trade stocks long distance with my old man. You've made some good calls for us. Thank you. God bless you, man. Thank you. Let's take a look at Palantir on the NASDAQ. So Palantir, the last time I think someone asked me about it, I looked for it to consolidate and pump on that daily. Looks like it did exactly that, right? And then moved. It's going to move with the S&P too as well. So if the S&P says you're going to print money and pump, then Palantir is likely going to continue to rip. You're going to get, you know, basically, you know, rising wedges mainly dump. This pattern mainly dumps. But in high volume buy situations where things are just, you know, there's a frenzy, you're going to get the rippage. So this looks like we're getting that bigger movement for the S&P. This would be a blow off top for Palantir, somewhere to 245. It's getting into the higher risk zone, though, and we may even go more sideways for a while before we pick up some more momentum. That would be great, because it would let you see what was going to happen before it happens, right? Either way, I am a little more bullish. The second it closed below 128, I would have to say that invalidates what I'm saying, though. Exactly, you know. So. Yeah, and anyway, I missed dinner tonight, and I'm going to jump back out of here anyway. People say it's glitching. Good time for me to jump out of here. We had an amazing live stream. It was lit. So, we had an amazing live stream, and I'm excited. So, I'll jump back out of here for the night. God bless everybody. Thank you for being here. Thank you for jumping on in. Yeah, we got a few drop frames. Not sure why. Something that we haven't seen in a while. So, we'll see. We took profits on the first trade. We'll see what happens. Bitcoin, we want to see it pump out that flag, but looking like we may not get exactly what we're looking for. So, everybody, I love you. I'm going to jump on out of here for the day. Yeah. I saw there was one frame. We're fine. If you refresh, you should be okay. I'll jump back out of here for the night. God bless everybody. Thank you for being here. Thank you for jumping on in. Yeah, I see it choppy too for whatever reason. YouTube's doing maintenance or something. You don't know. I haven't changed one setting on my end, so it's the exact same settings. But have no fear. They glitched me at 9:20. But everybody, I love you. I appreciate you. And I'll be back tomorrow morning to bang on them. Let's see here. Could be restreamed too. You never know. Could be servers around the world. We never know. Sinks, I don't like to end it like that either, though. But anyway, I love you all. I will see you tomorrow morning for another amazing live stream. May God bless each and every one of you. Have no fear. We'll be back like we always are. May God bless everybody. I'll see you on the next live.